Today is October 26, 2025. We are looking down the Klamath River as it wanders its way to where the Iron Gate Dam used to be. This is right below where Camp Creek comes in. Thought I'd kind of show you guys what this whole area looks like today. And right there would be where Camp Creek flows into the Klamath River. Thought I'd run up here today and kind of see what everything is looking like. We were supposed to get this atmospheric river event this weekend. We really didn't get the rain that I thought that we were going to get, but I thought I'd run up here really quick and just kind of see what everything looks like. I haven't given you guys a view of what it looks like down the canyon in a while, so I thought I'd stop right here and just kind of show you what it's looking like below Camp Creek. You can see whatever that greenery is, it's all starting to turn brown. So I'm going to pause it and we'll head up Camp Creek. So this is where Camp Creek flows into the Klamath River. And this is just kind of what this whole area is looking like. It doesn't look like there's much water movement down there in the bottom. It still looks like it's pretty stagnant and not moving at all. Like I said, we really didn't get the rain event that I thought we were going to get. It was enough to kind of make everything wet and kind of muddy, but not the event we were thinking we were going to get. So I'm going to pause it and we'll head on up the road. So this would be looking down Camp Creek towards the Klamath River. It's still sprinkling on me. But just thought I'd kind of give you guys a glimpse of what Camp Creek is looking like. So I'm going to continue on up the road. So this is another look at Camp Creek. We're making our way up the road. It's still kind of sprinkling out here. Lightly raining, drizzle, whatever you want to call it. You can definitely see all the woody debris that they've put into Camp Creek. And what it's currently looking like. So we're going to pause it and head on up the road. So actually, before we continue on up the road, that section over there would be Scotch Creek. And somewhere in this vicinity is where Scotch and Camp Creek come together in that area. And up that drainage is Camp Creek. So now I'm going to continue on up the road. So this would be looking down Camp Creek. And I'm not sure if they might have used all that woody debris on the bank sides, maybe for erosion control for this winter. Because there sure seems to be a lot of it. And that would be looking up Camp Creek. You can see the culvert right up there. I think my phone might have trouble auto-correcting or auto-adjusting the clarity because of the rain. But that's what it's looking like up Camp Creek. And then right there is where Scotch Creek comes into Camp Creek. So this is kind of what the whole area is looking like right here. I'm going to pause and continue on up the road. So this is looking down Scotch Creek, where it comes around that bend and would flow into where Camp Creek is. Since I've been up here last, it actually looks like they've taken more of the trees out. And mind you, these trees were here before Iron Gate Lake was here. This was an established habitat at one time. So it looks like they are actually taking out more of the trees. I'm not sure how old these trees are, to be honest with you. And that would be the Scotch Creek culvert. So I'll make my way up there and see what it looks like above and below. So this is looking down Scotch Creek from the culvert. And as I was kind of stating, Iron Gate Lake. So just as a friendly reminder, Iron Gate Lake, I think, was finished being built in 1962. So most of these trees, I'm assuming they're older than 60, 65 years. So Iron Gate Lake was only here, I think, for like 62 years before they took out the dam. So like I said, this area right here, a lot of this vegetation was already here before the dams were taken out. So that's kind of why I'm questioning how old these trees are. I'm sure that they're a lot older than 65 years old. So that's kind of why I just question like why everything was done to this creek that was done. Is because this wasn't here for 110 years like Copco was. This dam was here a lot shorter time span. So anyways, I'm going to pan over and we'll see what they've done over here. I don't think that there's been much changes over on this side since I was here last. Like I said, we're not really getting the moisture that I thought we were going to get with this storm. It's just kind of making everything wet and saturating in the ground right now. There hasn't been enough rain to come in heavily and really move any of the sediment or any kind of flow to that fact. It's just kind of a light drizzle right now. So anyways, I'm going to pause this video and we'll go on up to Camp Creek. So this would be looking down Camp Creek. I don't think a whole lot has changed since the last time I was up here, but I thought I'd stop and take a peek. At what everything is looking like today, and we'll come over here on the other side where they tore some of this out and trying to clean it up. And like I've showed before, that's the culvert. They've cut off the part that was broken before, and so this is kind of what it's all looking like. Gonna pause and head on down the road. So we come around the corner and we can see that they've pulled everything out. There used to be a little building here. I guess it was kind of like their little office building. That is now gone. And if you look at where all the equipment used to park, the only thing that's left is that cat with the blade on it. So it looks like they've pulled everything out from Camp Creek already for the winter. So I'm going to go ahead and continue on down the road. Thought I'd stop on this side on our way out the other side of Camp Creek, just kind of show you what it's looking like on this side. And it's starting to rain a little bit more. And that would be looking down towards the Klamath River. So this would be looking up Camp Creek. This is just kind of what this whole area is looking like. And that's as it would head down to the Klamath River. So you can see it's starting to rain a little bit more now here too. It's actually getting sticky on my feet. We're gonna head on up the up that way up the river and see kind of what things are looking like at Jenny Creek and possibly at Fall Creek. And then I'm not sure if I'll try to continue on around to East Beaver Creek or not either. This time of year the ground gets kind of slimy, and so I'll just kind of gauge it when I get around. But just see what it's looking like. You can already see what's sticking just to the bottom of my boots just from walking down here. So that's the kind of material that's up here. It's pretty sticky. I wish I had some water right now to wash it off. So anyways, that's what it's looking like here. I'm off to my next stop.